back to another Snapback Family movie review. Today we are going to be reviewing the movie
Hocus Pocus 2!
Which is a very special movie for me because I was a I am a Hocus Pocus fan, have been one for the past 30 years, since the first Hocus Pocus came out many years ago. I think I was we were about Lincoln's age when the movie came out, and I know that I was a fan right from the start. What about you?
I wasn't. I know this is not a popular opinion, but I was not the biggest Hocus Pocus fan from the start. I don't think it was a very good movie. But it's got lots of nostalgia. Lincoln has a fun fact about the first film.
So at the beginning, it took 30 years because at the beginning it didn't do so well.
It took 30 years to make a sequel because when the first movie came out, it was a flop. It didn't do well in the box office at all. But you know, kids are easily pleased, and we were all kids, and the kids loved it, and now we're grown-up adults. So according to us, it was great.
Yes, and whatever the fact or whatever the case may be, the nostalgia is there. It did become a cult classic.
Sure. And
we were, well, at least I was very excited that they were finally making a part 2. So we're going to review the movie today. Starting off, most important thing, they had their returning cast. The big three. The big three, right? We had Sarah Jessica Parker, we had Bette Midler, and we had Kathy Najimy, who worked together so well as is a wonderful ensemble. So it was really, really exciting that they were all back.
Quick, name the witches.
Yeah, name the witches. Do you know who they play?
William.
William? We've got a witch named William.
Sanderson sisters. Sarah, William.
Sarah, William.
What is it? Sarah. It does start with a W.
Stop looking at your mom's screen.
Winifred.
Winnie.
Winnie, right? And who's the last one? Starts with the M.
Maleficent.
Mary. All right.
Sarah, Winnie, and Mary. And Sanderson sisters.
And does anybody have favorite witch? My favorite is Sarah for sure. Yeah, she's my favorite. You have a favorite? No?
Sarah.
Yeah?
I like Sarah. Sarah's one of my
What's your favorite? Sarah?
Sarah.
Yeah, what about the one with the mouth? She's funny too.
Yeah. Mary?
Mary? Alright.
And of course Winifred. I mean, come on.
Yeah, of course. She's classic.
She's the queen bee. So, anywho. So we also had, well, the story was set in Salem, present day. However, the movie starts off with a flashback to old Salem back in the 1600s, and
with Kitty Winifred.
We have
Winifred the little girl.
Winifred the little girl, Sarah the little girl, and Mary. So
I banish thee from Salem forever. They were right to fear thee. Magic has a way of uniting. Happy 16th birthday, child.
So it starts off with a flashback to the beginnings of the origin stories of the Sanderson sisters, how they became witches, what was going on in their lives at that time, which was really cool.
How they became friends.
How they became.
Well, not how they became friends, but
sisters.
it kind of. Oh, they're sisters. Yes.
Yes, they're
well,
sisters.
yes, got it. It solidified their bond.
Yes.
Okay.
So we got to see how they came to be, and
always say sisters.
yes,
Sisters! Yes, you're right, Jackie.
Yes.
All right. How could I forget?
That noise.
I know, I'm sorry.
So we got to see the young Sanderson sisters, and then we flash forward to present day Salem, where the witches, the Sanderson sisters, are still banished. They still are gone, but there's still a fascination with this community about the Sanderson sisters.
They're famous. There's a legend.
Famous. Yes, they still talk about them every Halloween. They still have the house, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a museum now.
It's a museum now, and people go to the museum, including these 3 friends. So we have a group of friends in this movie. So it doesn't go. It's not a group of sisters this time around, but it's a group of friends, and they are. There's Becca, who is played by Whitney Peak. There is Izzy, who is played by Belissa Escobedo, and there's Cassie, who's played by Lilia Beckingham.
I have a gift for my favorite customers. Legend has it, it's on the 16th birthday that a witch gets her powers.
They're teenage girls.
Yeah, so the 3 teenage girls who are, going through teenage girl.
All ethnically a little bit different. All ethnically different.
Yeah, which was really cool.
Yeah, good for diversity.
And they're, they're teenage girls going through teenage girls friendship kind of drama. And also, finding their connections and bonds and trying to just navigate through life with one another. So they are still, they are very much into witchcraft, and they like to visit the Sanderson Museum to get different trinkets and things like that to practice their witchery.
Gilbert, where did you get that candle? We have to get out of here. The witches will be here any second. Ah! The book is alive.
He woke up?
So another one of our characters in the movie is Gilbert, who is played by Sam Richardson, and he kind of oversees the Sanderson Museum.
I liked Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert was funny.
He was funny.
Yeah, he was a comedic little touch there. Do you remember who Gilbert is?
Yeah, I was just about to ask which one's Gilbert.
Yeah, but
The
you
black guy.
remember now?
The guy.
The black guy.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy who ran the shop.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so we have Gilbert, and he runs
He's
the
obsessed
shop
with
now,
the Sanderson
and he
sisters.
is obsessed,
Yes.
right? Obsessed. So ultimately, we don't want to give away too much in our reviews, but the Sanderson sisters come back. They are summoned.
If you didn't realize.
Yes, they are summoned back and awoken, right? And they are back in Salem, and of course they're
Gilbert selling the.
Well,
we don't
spoil
wanna,
it too much.
We don't want
They'll
to spoil
find
it
out
too
how.
much.
But yes.
But they're back, and of course they want to run amok. They are up to their old evil
They're looking
plan.
for children to eat.
Right, they want to eat the children. They want to take over.
But most importantly, they want revenge on the Task family, who was the mayor
Yes.
at the in the beginning of the movie. The
Yes.
mayor that kind of treated them as witches, and I think burned them at the stake or whatever.
when they were younger.
When they were younger, yes,
know
at the
that they
beginning.
were burned at the
Yeah,
stake.
I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it was a little too dark in there. But the mayor that condemned them at the
Yes.
beginning of the movie, his great ancestor is like the new mayor,
Yes.
and they want revenge.
Yes, so they want revenge. They want to eat all the kids. They
Yeah.
want to take over Salem.
And they don't actually want to eat the kids. They want to make them beautiful.
Make them stay young, yes.
You're right.
Good job,
Jackie.
buddy.
Yes, they want the kids so that they can stay young forever,
Mm-hmm.
right?
If we intend to live past sunrise, we have to steal their souls.
Whoa, wait, can we talk about this?
So we have this challenge, right, for the Sanderson sisters being back, and it's now upon Izzy, Becca, and Cassie to work together to rid Salem of the Sanderson sisters. So they have to work together with Gilbert, and also Billy Butcherson.
Yeah.
Billy Butcherson, who
Billy
is
Butcherson.
played by Doug Jones, is back in this
From the first movie, yeah.
Yes,
and he
from
plays
the-
kind of a key role too.
Yeah, he does a key role in this movie, and there's a little twist that we weren't expecting about his alleged relationship with Winifred.
That's not 6 feet under.
Stop! I am a good zombie!
That you find out as well. But he teams up with the girls and with Gilbert, and they work together to try to get rid of and banish the Sanderson sisters, save Salem ultimately, before they can wreak too much havoc.
And I would throw in there that they come back with a musical number, come
Yes.
back with a bang, of course, as you would expect they would. There's a few musical numbers in there, just like the high school musical number. There was the Blondie one they did in the first movie.
Right,
There was something akin to that in this one, where they put the trance on the city, doing their dance thing. But a lot of the movie, it was very self-reflexive, and a lot of the movie dealt with Sanderson sisters have been asleep since 1993, and so, or wherever they've been since 1993. And so the movie had a lot of running jokes about how much things have changed from 1993 until now, how pop culture has been obsessed with the Sanderson sisters, and just things that have changed. Like at one point, they're looking for children to eat, and the apothecary and what's the protagonist's name? What's her name? Becca. Is Becca the main one?
Becca is the one.
Yeah, Becca tells them that they have potions now that you can drink children. They take them to the local drugstore, and got them drinking. What do they drink?
They
Beauty products.
Like
Yeah.
lotion.
Lotion.
But tell there's children's
Or
souls
lotion,
inside.
Like potion, right?
Yeah, there's
And
children's
then-
souls inside.
You know that thing that you put on your face and then you put like
Yeah,
The
yeah.
mask.
that, and then they think it's a children's
Face?
skin.
Face, yeah.
We should get some salt. Why? So we taste better when they eat us? Spread out.
So,
Fact about one of the actresses.
oh yeah, fun fact.
Sarah
Sarah Jessica Parker,
Jessica Parker.
not related to Peter Parker.
No.
Yes.
Her great or
Great,
whatever
great
was
aunt.
actually called a witch.
So maybe Sarah Jessica Parker has some witch in her blood.
Maybe.
So yeah, so a lot of the movie, there was a lot of stuff in there that there was a lot of self-reflexivity on the old franchise, and they did eat, so a big part of this movie, in order for it to be popular, I think they had to give nods to the original movie, and I personally think they did a good job with that. They had a lot of jokes from the original movie that they brought back in. They had a lot of kind of running gags and references back to the original film that they kept going, so I thought that was really good, and I thought they did a good job with that personally,
Yes,
without
and
being cheesy.
And they had the black cat, right? But it wasn't Binks, right? But it was still it paid
Sure.
homage to him in the original film. So I thought that the movie did a great job of maintaining and pleasing their old fan base, and then also introducing some new things to kind of draw in a new fan base. I just feel like they did an excellent job of teetering that line, because it could go one way or the other. It could be super cheesy or just not relatable at all for us original fans. Yes, Matt.
Well, never mind.
Okay.
All right. So there's been a lot of reviews of Hocus Pocus 2, and I feel like generally it's gotten not the best reviews. People haven't been very happy about it. I would like to say that I know this is not a popular opinion, but I personally liked it better than the first one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more. I thought. So what about you? Will you like the first one better or the second?
I kind of like the first one.
Okay, that's fine. What about you, Techie? Hocus Pocus 1 or Hocus Pocus 2? Hocus Pocus 1 or Hocus Pocus 2?
We always watch Hocus Pocus 1
Okay.
on Halloween, but then this one, I'd have to say Hocus Pocus 2.
2. So we have 2 for 1 and 3 for 2. So the young generation has spoken. But I will say what I loved about this movie, and I thought it was really smart of them, they realized their target demographic. Like the first movie, they had a boy kind of as the main character, and there was a lot more boys in there, and women love the Sanderson sisters. They are a huge hit with the female fan base, and this movie was a lot more catered towards. They had 3 women protagonists, 3 young ladies as protagonists, which I thought was great. They were very diverse racially and ethnically and physically and everything, and so I thought that was awesome as well. But based on the way this movie ended, I have a strong suspicion that they will be the next Coven,
Yes.
and will continue on in a sequel as
Sure.
one of the they have one of them's a witch, and you get your magical powers on your 16th birthday, which you
Yes.
find out at the beginning,
Yeah.
and so that plays a role. But I thought they did a much better job at focusing this movie at their target demographic, which was young women or young to middle-aged women, and catering towards that demographic while still keeping guys happy. But I thought that was really good, and I thought they did a good job with that. I thought that this was much more modern.
Yes.
It was much more geared towards the younger generation and towards a female audience, and I think that's what they should have done. And so I thought it was great.
Yeah, I definitely liked the movie. I can't say that I liked it more than the original, but again, the nostalgia of the original kind of, it has a special place in my heart.
Sure.
But I was pleasantly surprised. I was I didn't know which way it was gonna go. I was ready to be let down, just in case, but I was not, and I loved it. So.
So one thing that was interesting about Hocus Pocus this time around was that they tried to make the witches likable, I felt, a lot more than the first movie, which may have been for good or for bad, I'm not sure. I liked it because the witches are likable. We like the witches. We want them. I mean, they eat children, for goodness sake. In the first movie, there was really no redeeming qualities about them. We just liked them because we liked them. In this movie, I thought that they tried to humanize them a bit and let the audience relate to it. And I also loved the fact that they picked 3 girl protagonists, I felt a lot more connected to this movie because I kind of felt like I was connected to their story. I was living through them. The first movie, like I wasn't really like connected to anybody to kind of go through the story, and so I thought that was a great idea, was to have these 3 people for us to kind of latch on to. So what are some key themes in the movie? Boys, do you have any themes? What did you learn from Hocus Pocus 2? Any key themes? Remember, they're sisters. You can't tell any spoilers or what happened, but what's the movie about? What did you learn?
To never be greedy, and to if you are nice, kind, things will work out.
Okay, all right. You get anything from the movie?
There's a moral.
In every movie, there's a
What'd you-
lesson to learn.
This movie was a love story, as all movies are. It was about the love between sisters.
Yes, and the love
And
between
friends. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
There was a huge friendship theme with
friendship theme. Yeah.
Yeah, a huge sister theme still, right? The Sanderson sisters love each other. They, go to bat for one another. They will never let one another down. But it was the same for friends, right? It had a very big friendship was a huge theme. The fact that being there for one another, how important that is, especially in your formative years. So I think that was a great theme. Being there for your
Coven. Yeah.
Coven.
Being there for your coven.
Right.
Coven. No T.
Find
Coven.
your coven. Find
Yes.
your coven and don't let them
Yeah,
go.
I thought it was very funny. I really enjoyed the humor in the movie. I loved the songs. I liked the dance numbers in this one. I mean, the dance numbers in the first one were great, but I loved the dance numbers in this one. They were really good. My personal favorite character was the guy that ran the magic shop.
Yeah, Gilbert.
Gilbert was my favorite character. He had me cracking up.
I
So
just remembered something.
yes,
But then it's a spoiler.
no spoilers.
No spoilers.
All right, spoiler-free channel here.
Let's go ahead and let's do our ratings, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so 5 snaps total, right?
Sure.
Possible. So Maverick, how many snaps would you give it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, and 6,
Oh,
and
okay,
7.
and
Five.
on and on and
It was
on.
a
All right,
5-star.
So 5
All right.
star. All right.
So,
Techie, what about you? How many
Maverick
snaps?
just.
How many snaps?
5
out of
snaps and a twist. Maverick gives it.
1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5
So we
snaps
got
and a
another
twist.
5 over here too.
Okay,
What
No, he
are you
said
thinking?
7.
First of all, I love how
I
Maverick went.
said
Mhm.
1, 2,
Anyways, I would give it.
Techie.
I give it
You
1,
can snap
2, 3, 4 and a half.
We're not doing halves anymore because they're hard to calculate.
All right.
Because then the end number comes out as like
And then you
4.17632.
round up, Dad.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so four
I'm
snaps
gonna round
for
you down to 4. I'm gonna go with 4 as well.
All right, I am going to go with, you guys might be surprised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I give it, I give
You
it 5
always
snaps.
give every movie.
I do not give
like
every
a 3.
5. Well, oh yeah, see? Well, I give it 5 snaps because, like I said, I was not let down. I was pleasantly surprised, and this is definitely going to go in our Halloween tradition
for sure,
movie watching canon. So we are going to. I give it a 5. I was happy
But
with it.
isn't Hocus Pocus 1 the one that we watched?
We'll watch
And
them
we'll
both
watch
from now on.
both. We'll watch both.
Yes, Lincoln.
So I thought you said that Hocus Pocus 1 was
They could still
that
both be a
was
5.
better.
That
Yeah,
could be a
that
5 and a twist.
That yeah,
It'd be 5 with a
Hocus
twist.
Pocus 1 would get like 10, like Techie and
5 with the twist. You guys
Yes.
gotta watch Living Color to get all our references.
All right.
All right. So overall, we have to say it was definitely a hit. It will be joining our Halloween canon of movies for sure. We will be watching it on repeat. I think I'll be watching it more than the first one on repeat, and I'll be learning all the jokes as well. So I did love it. It was a great film. Oh, I wanted to say, a lot of times sequels are set up to fail, especially if there's a lot of time between the original and the sequel. It is impossible to make something that's going to please the original people because of the nostalgia, because the way we remember it, and because of all the feelings we have tied to it. But I thought this was the rare occasion where they actually did a great job, in my opinion, of matching, of filling that nostalgia, but also being new and fresh. And I love they got a female director. It was directed by a female director, which once again makes perfect sense. And so I give them extra props because, like I said, I think they got a lot of bad reviews because they were, because people hold the original movie in such high regard in their memory. But I think they did a really good job personally. So I would give them kudos for that.
Yes. All right. Thank you for joining us on this Snapback Family movie review. And we hope that you check in for the next one, right? Until then, we love you. God loves you. Go out there and spread some love.